Guys, listen to this. God is saying, I'm about to set you up. And I was here sitting and I was like, God, what? He said, I see what's in your heart, but can you feel it all around you? You see, I was here reading my Bible. And I don't know how many of you know about the book of Judith. Yeah, some of you, that will go over your head, right? Yes, some books of the Bible were taken out, right, because of people's opinions, etc., 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 right? We're not going to go in all of that right now, right? I read the book of Judith, and it is, the whole Bible is mind-blowing. Like, you read the same thing today, you go back next year, the same thing, and it's like, woo! It's like a whole new story. But anyway, I read the book of Judith. Let me show you guys this. Oh, got the Bible heavy. Yes, excuse me. That's how my things written out, and right, the book of Judith, right? This book is after the book of Tobit, another book that was taken out. It is also, Tobit is after Nehemiah, and Judith is before the book of Esther. And guys, many of you are facing challenges. Many of us are facing challenges. Maybe your bills. Some of you might have lost your job. Some of you probably get kicked out. Some of you, your marriage just ended abruptly. Like, she decided to leave. Like, he decided to walk away. Like, your children acting up. The neighbor decided to do some kind of thing that you're wondering if God is real. Your boss started acting up and telling you this needs to be done, and complaining about another co-worker who doing you wrong and making it you look bad. I don't know who this is for, but God is just allowing me to speak. Listen, I'm saying this for the people in the back, because those in the front, they are hearing. Right? Judith was Manasseh's wife. Manasseh died, right? And this lady did not come out of the community for that whole length of period that he died, a very long while. She had on her sackcloth, mourning clothes. She didn't dolls up. She didn't get it. She had on her the clothes for a very, very long. I talk about months, I talk about years, right? She stayed, but one thing, she kept the Sabbath. She stayed in prayer. She stayed in prayer from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You understand? And she was fasting as well, right? So many of you who want to fast, you need to go down and fast. And I'm like, but this girl, she's a spiritual gangster. Listen, Israel, okay, Nebuchadnezzar, right? Basically, he wanted, if it is a don't serve Nebuchadnezzar, he taking over your country, your state, wherever you are, he come in, right? And his right-hand man, Holofernes, right? Holofernes, if it is you want to know about the book, I'll probably take some screenshots and put it up on my post, and you all can see it every day for yourselves, okay? If you know about this book, let me know, okay? And Holofernes was ruthless. He didn't business. If it wasn't serving the king Nebuchadnezzar, you're going down, right? How many of you are reckless and ruthless for your God? How many of you are ruthless for your King Jesus? Despite the circumstances that you're facing, God is calling us to be ruthless. Go down on your knees. Go down in sackcloth and ashes and pray and fast. Let the mountain come down. Let it be removed. All high things that exalt itself must come down. God is saying in the city. You see December? This is your season where you must go down in sackcloth and ashes and pray. It is going to be a bridge entering 2025, he's telling me. Although studying my hair, I don't want to mess, but God told me to come and get the word and out. Listen, the people, I was like, what? These people, they're doing the same thing. Imagine you're supposed to come out of the wilderness 11 days. And because of disobedience and doubt, because they doubted God and they didn't trust, it take you 40 years in the desert, boy. I say, Father Lord, please don't let that be me. No me, no more generation, please. From 11 days to 40 years because you didn't trust the directing of the Holy Ghost, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. No, man, we can't do that. We can't do it. It takes too much of time. So, what God is telling me right now, I'm hearing him speaking. When it says you don't trust me, it causes a delay for your blessing. Jesus. Jesus. Woo! Woo! God, look my pause. Pause the race. Because if it is you don't trust me, I gotta teach you some lessons for you to trust me. Guys, Judith was in her community, her little street, in her home, doing what she had to do. The neighbors knew about her. Everybody knew Manasseh passed, and knew that Judith was basically she was an intercessor. She was faithful to God. Despite her husband died, that prayer life didn't die. So Nebuchadnezzar sent out Holofernes, and Holofernes was doing his job with excellence. Yeah, I telling all you. He was doing his job with excellence. And he sent out letters to the different communities to come and either you serve me, either you bow down to Nebuchadnezzar, or either come and take your people, and all these different things. Now Israel heard about this, and they remembered that the people, their past generation, right, they served idols, and God, he get punished for that, right? He loved those who he chastised it, right? And with that breath, they said, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna serve nobody. We serving King of Kings and Lord of Lords, Jesus Christ. Our Lord and Savior Yahweh, we are serving him. So they gathered, they put all the water and thing together, because it's up in the mountains. They did all right. And let's give them a whole backstory so they can understand why God come here to let all let the people go. And it's time for them to go down and sackcloth and ashes and pray about it. While doing that, Holofernes basically surrounding the city, the foot of the mountains, stop the water supply. Now, when the water supply stop, the people in the mountains, God's people, they had no water to feed the cattle, had no water to feed the men, the daughters, the sons, the women. They started to faint. But because the time was so long, because they ain't giving up, neither was Holofernes. He wasn't giving up. It's either all they come down or make all they drop down. Even though God sent somebody to let Holofernes know that these people will not be defeated with spears and sword, but by their sin they shall fall. Jesus. But by the sin they shall fall. Not spears and sword, but by the sin. Jesus. Guys, when the person came, I forget the guy name who came and told Holofernes, you can't defeat them like that, let them sin. If they sin, then, they take here and they tie him up and put him somewhere, and the people up in the hill stone them, and they went down for the man of God, and the man of God come and tell them all that he told Holofernes. Now, in the whole process of them getting fainting and they dying, they start complaining. Sounds familiar? Book of Moses, the Exodus, crossing the desert. Sounds familiar? Sounds familiar? Tell me if it's sounding familiar. They start complaining. They come to the chief and elders in the in the community that they're in, and they say, "Hey, you have led us here to die. Our children are dying. Our young men are fainting. Our ladies are fainting. Best we just go and be their booty call." Yeah. That's what I said. Let's just go and be their booty call. At least we won't die of hunger. It's sounding familiar, yeah? God said, God has said, you know that I've brought you out before. Don't make the same mistake again, Jesus. Now, bear in mind, I ain't finished with the whole book, you know. On chapter 13 now. It has 16 chapters. The people went and complained and tell the chief elders, yeah, what, best we go, rather be the chief elders, and them say, listen, let me give God 21 days. And if our God don't do anything, then we will surrender to them. Now, Judith heard of that king. All you know, the best way to spread news is through his mouth, to tell somebody and tell somebody and tell somebody and tell somebody. So that happened. Judith say, are you all crazy? You can't give God a timeline. How can you do that? You want him to strike us down? Can you remember what our descendants, our great, the people of the past did? Did you remember? When Sarah and Abraham had to sacrifice their son, she talked about all these things. Now, this lady went into prayer. Come out of prayer. Take off all she sackcloth, put on all she jewelry, earrings, rings, chain, bracelets, put on she turban and she had and look real nice all here. She looked so nice that everybody was beguiled of her beauty. They was stunned. And she went down to look for this holler furnace. She walked with she food, the food of her people. And some of the guards and them intercepted her and say, who are you? Where you come from? You know, what you doing here? And she tell her, I'm a Hebrew, come down, you know, to talk to her furnace. And she tell them her plan. Well, at least they thought that was her plan. And she found favor in the sight of her furnace, guys. Sound familiar? It's going onto the heels of Esther. She found favor. And in Holofernes' eyes, he wanted to sleep with her because she watch me. She's so beautiful that Holofernes, the people, right, in Holofernes' camp, was saying, this woman is so, these people have, the Israels and all people who's in the mountain, these people are so beautiful, they have ladies like this exist. We can't spare none. Because if we spare one, they will take over the whole world. Guys, listen. Guys, God is saying, I'm going to bring you out. It's not going to look like what you think it's going to look like. My plans are way different. But guys, I will let you know how the story go. But for today and for now, God is saying, I got you. Just tap into me. Tap into what I'm telling you to do. Listen, go down in the sackcloth and ashes and pray. Meditate upon the word day and night. And whatever the results is, do not chastise your God. Do not call him weak. God knows the heart of all of us. Let us continue to serve him in spirit and in truth. Shalom.